In this section, we introduce the concepts of greatest common factor and least common multiple, and I highly suggest that you do this before we formally define them, which we do in the next page or next section, I'm not sure. We look at examples, so you know that we use this most frequently with fractions to reduce fractions or to find least common denominators, but we want to use some applications where they could contextualize the idea behind a greatest common factor for this one and a least common multiple and use tables and reasoning to find the result without ever saying, oh, this is a greatest common factor problem, so just find the greatest common factor. So let's just look at one of these. Let's look at the second one. So a way you could use a table. Judy and Dan are running around a track. Judy can run 1 lap in 3 minutes. Dan takes 4 minutes. If they start at the same times, how many minutes will it take them to meet? Okay, so this is a question that is a least common multiple question, but they could solve this just by making a list of numbers without ever thinking, oh, I need to find least common multiple. So you can look at Judy's time and Dan's time. So Judy is going to finish a lap at 3 minutes, 6 minutes, 9 minutes, 12 minutes. You could also do this on number lines, 3, 6, 9, 12. Okay. Dan finishes a lap every 4 minutes. So 4, 8, 12, 16. And it's also nice if you continue on a little bit so they can see that there's many common multiples. And one of them is the least common multiple. So here's our least common multiple at 12 minutes. And then actually multiples of 12 will be all of our other infinitely many multiples. Okay, but really just having them use a scenario so they can develop this idea on their own before we formally define it. Okay. And here we formally define common factors and greatest common factors. Okay, so here they'll have to list all the factors of 36 and 90 like we did in the previous videos. Then they're going to compare those sets and see what the common factors are and find the greatest common factor. Okay. Then we look at multiples, common multiples, and least common multiple. Okay. Have them list out some multiples of 8 and 12, so that's similar to what we did here, but it's not in context. Okay. Find some common multiples and then find the least common multiple. Okay, let's start a new video for the next section.